Today are what are basically referring to as like hanging roses. They are available, and climbing roses. So this is one that I know we happen to have a beautiful piece of art that I bought, and my husband built like a trellis outside to cover her, and I thought how magnificent to buy these because they again will just kind of climb up and drape. They're very hardy, they're absolutely beautiful, and you can actually grow these on, as I said, arches or poles or pillars, or if you also have like an arch or like I said, maybe a trellis, or that you want at the side of your house. The only airing today from $21.95, $18.50 is your price. And these are also very hardy, aren't they, Rochelle?
They are, yeah. I can grow these up here in Boston, and I'm excited to do so, to be honest, because I have not grown these ones yet. But these are a gorgeous, gorgeous climbing rose. They do have a scent. They're not a continuous bloomer, but they are a rebloomer. So you will see that they'll bloom, and then they'll do another set of blooms. They're going to come as a bare root plant. I just want to show you what that looks like here. So it looks like this giant fangly thing, and don't be afraid of it. It's okay. There is a lot of life in here, and in fact, it's a really great thing. Certain plants like roses, like hardy hibiscus, some of the other things we sell, actually do better as bare root transplants. Oh. And the reason for that is because these are older, more mature plants, and so they have a lot more vigor and life in this roots and stems that you're going to get. And so long as you put them in the soil, so I'm putting this in a pot here. It can grow in a pot, it can grow in the ground, and then get that covered up with some potting soil. Don't let it dry out. It's going to come in a bag, so if you can't plant it right away, leave it sealed in the bag because that moisture will help it, and just keep it in like a nice cool dark area until you can get it in the ground, because the thing is you just don't want it to dry out. Yeah, and then look, this one's already got little leaves coming out. Like, there's so much life in this. Roses like this, they so what you're going to notice, you'll probably get blooms the first year. I would say that's pretty likely, but what you're going to probably see is a lot of that growth of leaves. They're going to start their climbing, and they're going to get some height and some structure to them, and then it's the second year where they really just start throwing out those blooms. So they spend that first year kind of creating the structure for themselves and getting themselves rooted in, and then you get these stunning, I mean, those to me are just the pink tipped creamy flowers. They're just so many petals. These smell amazing. They are really, really a stunning climbing rose, and so perfect for, if you have a pergola or an arch or, even a fence. You don't even have to go very high with them. They'll they can crawl across a fence or something like that.
Love it. So
many options. So beautiful.
I can't wait. And they're big roses also, Rochelle. My gosh. Yeah, I mean, these are like 3 to 4 inches wide. I mean, they're beautiful. Do they need a lot of pruning? I prune them just because, I want them to do what I want them to do. So it kind of depends. Like, if you really want them to go up like a pergola post or something, you're just going to kind of want to tuck those branches in and get them going in the direction that you want them to go. Whether or not you need to prune them, maybe not. If you wanted it to sprawl out over a fence or something, maybe you don't need to prune it that much at all. It's really up to you and the look you're kind of going for. Just beautiful. And again, you could put them literally anywhere. This is also, as we talked about, the only airing of these. Enjoy the fact that they're free shipping. FlexPay $617. What that is for you, that's on any credit card, debit card, PayPal, without any interest whatsoever. So definitely stay here for our beautiful climbing roses. We're going to continue all the calls there, but I can't wait. We have to go to my lavender. One of the most extraordinary experiences that I was just mentioning a little earlier in being in Provence and being around lavender, it was like I could close my eyes